Okay, so right now we have for you, we have the first house of interest is the seventh house. This is the house of partners. So this is can be a romantic relationship, or it's normally a committed partnership. This is normally somebody who's long-term, who's sort of permanent in your life, or has been around for a longer period of time. This is not a love affair. This is the next level after that. So it's either a love partnership, or it can be a business partnership as well. The lower courts sometimes come in with this card as well. So everything to do with relationships. Close, personal, one-on-one relationships. If you're not in a partnership of any kind, then it will be somebody else that's close to you at this time. So the astrological guidance that's coming up is Neptune sacrifice, and the goddess guidance is Kuan Yin, which is compassion. So it seems that you're having some to overcome some difficulties or some issues that have come up in this relationship, this significant relationship which is close to you at this time. So it looks with Neptune always there's the spiritual element, but then there's also the element which requires, yes, it may require sacrifice, but there's kind of like a surrender there as well. Sort of issues are not clear. Whatever's going on is not clear. You haven't got all the facts, or you just can't really navigate very well at the moment. So it enforces you to kind of surrender and go with what needs to be done in the moment. So there may be some sort of sacrifice going on, but it's normally an ego sacrifice of some sort. So you may have to put aside some of your needs in order to address the relationship that you have, whether it's a business partnership, a close personal relationship, or a love relationship. Neptune can also, as I said, be a spiritual, very strong spiritual connection. So you may be feeling that at this time in this relationship. And that is why Kuan Yin has come up, because Kuan Yin embodies, the compassion and deep forgiveness and all the higher aspects of the self. So there's no room for judgment. There's no room for negativity, only forgiveness and of self and others, and, deep compassion for yourself and others. So that is the Neptune. That is connecting to the divine aspect of love. Whatever kind of love it is, you're connecting to the divine, the higher self aspect of love, which is a wonderful thing. On the other side of that, you have the side of Neptune where there's something is clouded, it's not clear, or you may be highly attuned to what is going on, and something is coming to light now in this relationship. It can also be that you need to just reaffirm your boundaries at this time. And it could be you and your partner having to do this, or it could be you in the partnership. You may just have to reaffirm your boundaries. Perhaps you're getting caught up in another person's complicated circumstances and they're draining your energy. So that can happen as well, whether that's within your partnership or it's other people that are influencing your partnership at this time. So put your boundaries in place and retreat if you need to. So look at all of those aspects as well. Addictions may come up as well for you or for the other person, or you may be seeing them around as well. And this can be addictions of all kinds. It can be addiction to drama, or to a specific set of circumstances or certain types of emotional behavior. It can also just be just physical addictions, as in substance abuse or something like that, that may be influencing this relationship at this time, or somebody around you is influencing you and they have these issues. So whatever's going down, it's affecting your relationship. And, you just have to see how the Neptune aspects are playing out for you. But it's a very good time to get in touch with your creative side and your artistic side, whether that's you or your partner, or to encourage that as a partnership. To get in touch with the creative side and rather go the high road, sort of to take the high road in all aspects to do with this partnership, and just surrender to the flow of it, but do maintain your boundaries so that you don't become a doormat, which is important. Then as I said, with Kuan Yin, compassion, release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. So exactly what it says there. She's a Bodhisattva, so she had reached higher levels of her higher self, this is all about the higher levels of compassion for yourself and for others, and to bring those elements into this relationship, because obviously there's been something has come up which has had to be dealt with, and you may just not have had all the tools around you, or you may have handled something badly, or as a couple you've handled something badly. So that is your perception, but it's never too late to communicate and try to address what needs to be sorted out and to move forward from there. And also just be careful that there may have been something concealed which is now coming to light, or just things that may not have been clear. You may not have had a clear path forward at this time, but to rather focus on the high road, the compassion, and to bring in the love to the situation. Stay away from gossip or talking behind somebody's back, things like that. Take the high road in all cases. Then we have here the second house. This is the house of ownership. It's also the house of your income, that's the money that's coming in for you, however you earn your income, whether it's passive or active, whatever. However the money comes in for you, it's also the house of self-worth, your self-worth, and the house of your values. So your value systems, what you value in yourself, what you value in others, and also your material things, what is valuable to you. Now, at the time that we're living in this world currently, our value systems are changing really, really, really fast and in a very dramatic way. So you may be going through a thorough overhaul at this time of all aspects to do with the second house, how you earn your income, what you're doing with your income, your values, what it is you value above all things now, because that has changed. And your self-worth is tied up intrinsically with this. So everything to do with that is coming up for review at this time. With this card, you have Mercury retrograde reinvention, and you have Vesta home. So it seems that with Mercury retrograde reinvention, it looks like you may be remodeling or changing your home, or making a purchase of some sort, or doing a renovation, or just changing something in your environment. And it involves communication, it involves paperwork, it involves a restructuring of some sort, and it involves obviously receiving news or hearing news. It may also bring people from the past into your life again as well. Somebody may reappear. So there's a lot of aspects coming in, but it's going to, whether if you're purchasing a new home, or you're moving to a new home, or you're changing something in your home, it's going to affect your pocket in some way, and it's going to affect your ownership, and your self-worth and your values. So with Mercury retrograde coming in, this is the card of communication. It's the planet of communication. So all forms are going to be highlighted at this time. But when Mercury goes retrograde, what it does is you enter a shadow period where things are not what they seem. Things don't pan out as you think they're going to pan out. Communications go awry. Emails get lost. Things don't come out properly. What you say may be misinterpreted or misunderstood. Also, making big purchases can go wrong. So something happens to the item that you've bought, it doesn't work, or it needs to go back to the shop, or you just decide that it's not actually what you want in the end anyway, and now you have to go through the whole hassle of changing everything. But there's paperwork involved, there's communication involved. So what this card, it's a very fortuitous time, this, because what it does is it causes you to go backwards, and anything with a re in front of it. So reinvent, repeat, review, redo, release, repeat. So you've got to go over something again. So it's back to the drawing board with this card. You need to go back to the drawing board and have another look at what it is you were trying to do, whether it's you're launching something, you're purchasing something, or you're reevaluating something, or you're changing your income streams, or you're getting to, you're going to change something, and the way you communicate within your income streams, it's something to do with that. And your self-worth is obviously involved in that as well. But it's some kind of review is required. It's a very valuable period, this, because what it does is for a period, you will be looking at everything again with very careful consideration. If you need help to go over things, fresh set of eyes, then get that in, because mistakes can be made. So you may pick up, when you do this review, you may pick up that a mistake has been made or something wasn't right, and you can correct it, or you'll come up with a better plan, or some kind of error or miscommunication has been overlooked. And this period gives you time to go over that again before you pick up that plan of action and put it into motion. So it's like a pause period. It also causes you to go inward and to really assess things on a much deeper level, and to have a very sharp look at everything. But if you are having to sign something, it could be a document or something important. If you do have to sign it during this period, try and go over it repeatedly. Look at it from different angles. Get somebody else to help you, fresh set of eyes, whatever it is that you need to do in case something has been overlooked or missed. It could also be that somebody's coming back into your life now, somebody from the past. So that may come up for you. This period could pass within a relatively short space of time, maybe a week, maybe 3 weeks, but it's going to unfold over the next while. But you will know when the energies shift again, because your communications will be running more smoothly, and things will start to flow again. And then it's time. It's time to do whatever it is that you were planning to do. And coming with this is Vesta, the home card. Your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So it seems like you may be purchasing something or changing something or remodeling, or somebody is coming into your home or somebody is leaving your home. There's some kind of change occurring. But it can also just be that you need to change the atmosphere in your home. You need to make it more cozy, more inviting. If you're going into cooler weather, you need to warm it up, bring in some candles, make it soft and inviting, make it a place where you really want to be and cozy up. Or just remodeling of some kind, or renovation, just some kind of freshening up of your environment to make it more homely and more inviting, somewhere where you will feel powerful and feel strong in your own environment. And that will do wonders for your self-worth. And it will also improve the value of your property, but it will also improve your outlook as to what is valuable to you at this time. So it may be improving the situation, which will improve your family life and your environment and the atmosphere in your home, which is all important at the moment, because a lot of us are in homes with others and we're unable to change that at the moment. So there could be something to do with that coming up, but it is really very much about improving your home circumstances, whatever that may be. And it may be a relocation as well. That could also be coming up if you are able to do that at this time. But it's an improvement. It's an improvement of some kind for you, which you need to initiate, or which may come for you, or you may be in the midst of currently. Then the third house of influence is the 10th house. This is the house of career, fame, reputation, and your public standing or your public status. It's also the house of authority figures or authoritative institutions. So this can be the government, military, any kind of institution which has power. It can also be a powerful figure in your life. So this can be a parent or parents, or a male figure or a female figure, but it's a person of authority in your life. It could even be somebody that you look up to, like a guru or a mentor, or it could be an authority figure in your career, or just somebody else that is in your life currently. But it could also be, as I said, an institution like a big a government institution, something like that, could be coming up for you at this time. The astrological guidance is fire element, and the goddess guidance is Isis, past life. So what it's saying to you is that at this time, there's quick changes coming in for you. Quick, fiery changes, literally sweeping of the decks to plant new things. So you could be really burning the landscape, a scorched earth policy to start again. Or it could be that you are getting the courage and the initiative and the enthusiasm or the energy, whatever it may be, to initiate something now. It could also be that you may be dealing with egos around you. Somebody is exhibiting egotistical behavior towards you. You may have to deal with that. You may have to protect your interests at this time as well. That somebody may be coming in to claim something of yours which you have worked hard for. So just be aware of that. You may also just have to get upfront with somebody. Put your cards on the table and get things clear. Be very clear at this time. But it also could just be that you are needing to initiate something at this time. So it's going to bring you courage and fortitude and the enthusiasm to push forward on something. Or you, as I said, you could be clearing something out the way to start anew, because this card is about quick changes coming in. So you could be changing direction altogether in this house. And if you're moving home, and getting out from a parental situation, then this is going to help you with that. It could be that, something is being initiated. And once you've got through the Mercury retrograde period, as I said, remember what your words are going to be important, and documentation is going to be important. So once you get through that period of reassessment and planning, then you will have this initiative to actually put into place what it is that you need to do. So this is going to give you that energy and that input to move it forward. With Isis past life, this situation involves your past life memories. So it could also be that you are dealing with governmental issues or some other kind of authoritative force in your life. It could be the military, it could be the police, it could be government, it could be the career or the institution that you work for, or it could be an authority figure, or it could be very close to you. As I said, somebody in a position of power with you, or somebody that you look up to, or something that you look up to. But you may be having some issues with this whole situation. Perhaps you need to initiate something. Perhaps you are looking at life as we are currently living it at the moment and seeing a lot of things that you're unhappy about around you in your environment. It could be the loss of power. It could be the loss of freedom of speech. It could be some kind of resistance which you have to what is going on in your environment. Perhaps you need to initiate certain things. But what it is, it's indicating that something from a past life is coming up for you now to be dealt with. So it could be ancient fears. Perhaps you've lived through a similar circumstance in another lifetime, and those fears and those issues are coming up for you again now for you to deal with. Or it could be that you're tapping in to what went down previously, and the wisdom and the issues that you dealt with previously are kind of appearing again now around you. Or it could be that you have to deal with a figure in your life or some sort of institution, authoritative system that you feel is not working for you at this time, and you need to somehow initiate changes in some way. So it could be quite grand, something exterior, the world outside home, or it could be quite personal for you, or it could be career-based. Something is requiring your attention. If you don't believe in past lives and that's not a thing for you, then it could be something from your childhood which is appearing now again. Perhaps an authoritative figure, or something that an authoritative figure in your life went through themselves, and now you are facing something similar. So it's the feelings and the fears and the issues around that are reoccurring in your life. They're coming up for attention now, and you're going to have to deal with it or initiate some sort of action, or it's the wisdom of this, and you're going to now apply it in your current situation.